Alright, so hey guys, been playing Sega Heroes for a while. If you don't know, Sega Heroes is coming to an end, so they pretty much opened up all the floodgates. So what I thought would be fun would be just to go through survival and see if I can make a team that can just auto battle through. I think at this point I could probably do that very easily. But I'm going to try to do it with just, I guess, the first, well, I guess I've already got 4 solid teams, but I was just thinking to do the first 2 or 3 teams, just to see if they can get through in the auto battle. So, let's just do that. I did one this morning, so I'll just reset it. I did that one just to be able to, get my daily thing. Maybe I did that yesterday. I don't remember. But yeah, I mean, the game is pretty much, everything's unlocked, so you're not really playing towards anything anymore. You're just unlocking the characters, leveling them up. You basically have infinite money. It's not really infinite, but you have like infinite energy, so you can keep rebattling the same things. If you're low level, you can just go here and get like super duper experience. But anyway, let's go to survival and let's see if we can get this to auto battle all the way through. I did try a while ago, but that was before they unleashed like every single thing. And I didn't quite make it to the, I think I made it to the last level, and then my main team died, and then they were kind of underleveled because they didn't really get enough purple tiles. So after the main team died, like pretty much the rest of the team weren't doing much damage. Alright, so stage 1 done. And kind of the reason I want to do this survival is because there's an achievement. Not that it really matters at this point, but there's an achievement for survival. And you have to do, all you have to do is win 200 times. So I think I'm up to like 134 or something like that. So my idea is just if I could get this auto battling, maybe I could actually get the achievement. Because otherwise it would have taken forever. Like doing the survival every day. I mean, it's doable every day, but it's just kind of a drag to have to. The annoying thing is having to build up the purple tiles and get the rally all the way up to be able to finish the last few levels. Because it just feels like the last few levels are made to be your top team times whatever number. So you need to build up to like 10 or 15 to be able to beat it. But I'm thinking even if you don't get to 10 or 15, your main team is still doing damage. The problem is that they don't survive very long. So I'm thinking if you have multiple teams, you should be able to just beat the last level or 2 without really that much of a problem. So that's basically what I'm going to try to do. I'm just going to auto battle the whole thing. How did I end up with this team? I think I picked this dude. I forgot his name, Tiger, because he goes off Goro. I just picked Goro because I wanted one of the captains, and it seems like everybody's doing silver, so I was like, alright, I'll just do something different, and I went for Goro. Kinda, I mean, Akira's cool too, as a character. I haven't really used him to even know what he does, but this is pretty much it, so I mean, I guess that's a good thing is that you can level anyone up to the max, so you can actually use them effectively. Because this game was really like once you built a team up, you pretty much have to stick to that team. Looks like my game is lagging. Okay, yeah, you pretty much have to stick to that team because it just costs so, like once you get to like level 60, let's just say it just costs so much to level up, it wasn't worth leveling up another team. So there's a lot, and the thing with this game is that you can either have an arena team you can have like a survival, like groups of teams, or like one team for survival. And like, I mean, I guess the arena or survival team would be good enough for like all the other stuff. But there's certain events, specifically, like the epic reagent events, which I don't have one right now. They usually come out at night, later at night. So let me just clean my thing here. Let me go to the arena shop and just buy a chest. So that way I get the chest and the shards if I don't have. And then I have to loot everything else. Yeah, I'll just loot whatever. Put this thing. Bam. Bam. Alright. So I should have that, and then the only thing I have left is the arena. Anyway, that just kind of bugs me because I got so used to just completing all the daily tasks. So yeah. Also, the AI is kind of dumb. Like, why would you attack the bottom guy when you can do damage to both sides? Attack on the middle guy. So that kind of makes it a little harder to auto battle through this. So yeah, I guess my like just to kind of have fun with the game, whatever fun is left, I just want to get that achievement. And let me just show you the achievement real quick. That's the one for 200 survival runs. That just brings me straight to survival. And then there's one for arena, which, I mean, is doable. Do I really want to do it? I don't know. But again, I think arena's a little easier to win than, like, it's only one battle versus survival, which is like all these stages. So I think survival is a little more straightforward. When you do arena, like, for whatever reason, like sometimes these teams just like they just pop off and they just start like wrecking you. It's just like, what am I supposed to do with this? So I mean, I might just even get bored with this and just say 150 is enough. I don't really need this achievement. But it's just something to do now that the game is pretty much ending. And it's gonna feel weird to not be able to play this game. I don't know why I love this game so much. I don't know why this capture card is streaming. Skipping, lagging, whatever. Alright, so we're at the third to last level. We're doing okay. And actually, I had BD Joe as, because that way all the legendaries get a boost. But then I realized I actually have 2 healers, which is like, Professor K doesn't seem to be healing all that much. So, yeah. But I mean, in all actuality, Tails is like the best character for survival. So maybe it's probably better to use one of the other captains. Maybe one of them works with Tails, and then that way I can have a legendary supporting Tails, or Tails as the legendary getting supported by Captain. You see Goro's one already. So yeah, these last few levels are actually the hard ones. I probably should not have switched to BD Joe just because there was nothing automatic about it. I want to be able to do this just by pressing fight, and they do it on their own. Like, I don't select any character or anything. The only time I'm selecting a character is when the main character dies, and it just picks automatically the character, just like what happened with Tails. Because otherwise, I'm just gonna like get tired of doing this, and I'm just not gonna do it. All right, so last stage we did change one character. You see, Tails is already coming in handy. Not only does Tails heal like really well, he also generates what do you call it? Like the max skill for everybody, mana, I guess. And so he does that for himself, which makes the healing even easier. So it's why like Tails is like really good. So I'm gonna see if I could just keep Tails without having to select Tails every time. And if that's the case, then I'll just pick Tails as my guy. Alright, so we'll just reset. And let's see if we can get through. Alright, so actually I don't really like Taiga that much. I guess he's on the top because he's the newest guy? Does that make sense? No. Yes? No, because I think BD Joe is newer than Tyrus. So I really don't know why he's on top. Yeah, so Professor K as a healer. He's not really healing per se that much. I guess I'll just go with Tyrus. Let me, out of curiosity, let's see who Akira boosts. Not Tails, so... Right. What about Silver? Silver boosts Mystics. So again, it's not Tails, so I don't really care. Alright, so let's do K and Hotsuma. I don't know why this is lagging. First level, easy peasy. Didn't really be anything to it. I guess all these guys are getting their turns in, so it's taking a little long, but I think once my maxes start to build up, then it should be a little bit easier. But then again, yeah, like Tyrius, her stuff kind of works better. She uses that at the beginning, so she kind of just wasted it. Alright, so next stage. So that first one, we got through it pretty quickly. So that's not too bad. Like, in that amount of time, I could probably get through it in like a couple of days. So, knowing myself, I will probably procrastinate on this. And wait for the last few days. I think it's like May 22nd, so we've got like 10 days. This last event is supposed to happen in 2 weeks, but I think they put some ridiculous time on it, which would be good if they actually keep it going that long, like extend it to an extra time. But I don't think it's actually going to go that long. It's the same thing with legendary events. So like the only other thing that's worth doing are the legendary events, just to kind of max out the map. But once you do them, like, you can't really do them again. You can't even loop them again. So, and then there's one thing some people might not have, which I didn't really have until now, is the epic events, because you need like certain epic. You need epic characters to be 5 blue star, and chances are you probably had at least one legendary on your team, so you probably didn't get to go that far with it. What else? Like, yeah, the arena battles. Like, a lot of people are trying to get arena rank 1. I mean, it's probably not that hard to do, especially if you go on an off-peak hour. But I don't really, like, every time I play arena, I forget, like, after the 5 minutes, I just forget to come back to it. So, I don't know. But, I mean, I could do that while trying to get the achievement. And try to make it a little bit, like, more engaging, I guess. At least some of those battles make them more engaging. But we'll kind of see, I guess. The other thing, the actually other thing is you can try to get to the rank 1 of the event rankings. But I actually tried that on the first day, and like, I calculated, and I would have had to loot times 10 like 200 times just to get to the first place spot where it was currently. And as fast as I was going, I think there was definitely other people going faster than me. So I was like, you know what? I gave up on this. And like right now, it's probably like, last time I checked, there was like 300 million trophies. And it's just like, there's no way like I'm gonna try to get to the top of that. And there's people that sat there and pressed it thousands of times, pressed loot times 10 thousands of times to get to that spot. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, like this is the most trophies you can get. 1600 times 10, 16,000. So let's round up to 20,000. For you to get 100,000, you have to do it 5 times. So you have to go into the menu, press loot times 10. I think that's enough. So then, if it's 20,000, 5 times to get 100,000, and then 50 times to get 1,000,000, right? So 50 times whatever million somebody has. So this guy's at 2 billion, 2,000 million, basically. 50 times that is 20,000. You have to press it 20,000 times. Press loot times 10, 20,000 times to get to that guy's point. And not only that, you have to press the stage loot times 10. I'm just not gonna do that. 20,000 times. I'm good on that. Or wait, no, 40,000 times, which is times 5. I don't know. I forgot my math already. Anyway, let's get back to the survival. Let's auto battle our way through this. It seems like they're still all at full health, but I think the actual health damage starts coming at the last few stages. At least I think that's what happened last time. So we are still like not necessarily safe for the original game, but I think once, like I think at this point we've already shown that you can get through automatically. It just takes like maybe an additional team. And it looks like Tails healed. I don't know if K healed Tails or if he healed himself. So that's good. How does Tiras have damage? Okay, we are using Tiras. I thought we were using Speedy Joe. Oh no, Tails died. Okay, this could be bad. Looks like K is healing himself. At least did it once. Alright, so... oh my god, we just got wiped out. And I think the difference here might be just this auto run is not getting as many purple tiles. Or, I mean, it could be something else, like maybe having Goro as the captain really helped power everyone else up to the point where they just made it like that much further. And also Goro's power level is really high, so. I actually started using a second account. I mean, I kind of had a second account for a while, but I started using that while the first part of the event, where you actually had to earn your stuff. And Taiga was actually good because he was like a ×2. And so for that account, I couldn't even get that far because it was like level 29, I think, when it started. So I actually had to work my way up. And it was actually kind of fun to have to do that. But now you can probably start, I mean, assuming you could even start a level 1 account now. You can start a level 1 account and like breeze right through this. I think it'll force you to play the tutorial. But like once you beat the tutorial, you can just do the first few stages of this event and become just like ridiculously good. And just power through the rest of it. Alright, so last stage. I think we should be able to do this. And I'm kind of sad because like I always wanted to use Tom, because Tom is like a better version, not necessarily a better version of Beat. I had Beat as my healer. And so Tom, he's just an epic healer. And his max heals, so it's almost the same thing as Beat. And not only that, but like if he ever dodges an attack, oh my god, I hate the cat. Let me aim at Eggman. Deal with the cat later. if he ever dodges an attack, it basically creates a free heal tile, and it's like super good at healing. So that makes Tom like that much better than Beat as a healer. I know Beat does have the thing where it creates star tiles for blue and green. That can be useful with some heroes, with some combinations. But as a healer, Tom does like a really, really good job. I think he does have a bonus dodge percentage, which is kind of... Alright, so what we're gonna probably do is just start like this, and then maybe it'll just auto-select from the top once these characters die. So yeah, Tom has a really good passive dodge chance, but I think Beat's dodge thing is a little bit better when it comes to multiple hits, because then he, like after the first hit, he just becomes like 50% or more chance of dodging the attack. I have to look that up real quick. Smooth wounds. And you can use evasion for wounds, right? Plus 9. Oh, they changed the how dodge works. So it's not by percentage anymore, it's by level. So depending on the level of the enemies and your level, it figures out a percentage based on that. But I'm pretty sure it was like 50%. Like once you got it to a high level, which is pretty good. Looking good. Like 1 out of 2 attacks gets dodged completely. So that's pretty good. Just to keep going, I guess we'll do just this one more run and call it a day. Looking good. So we've already kind of shown that we can get through without having to choose heroes, and it only takes like maybe three waves of heroes, 3 teams, I guess, 3 or 4 teams. Looking good. I guess the captain thing helps a little bit. Not really sure right now. But overall, like, the amount of time it takes is like way faster. I've never really played survival on auto. Like, I've always kind of just wanted to, because I would do survival like not every day, but almost every day, and it's just like not doing it every day, you lose like so much potential money that you can make. So I would kind of do it, especially when I needed an upgrade, when I needed to enhance character or whatever it is when you raise them to the next star level. That's when I would really play survival a lot more. And I would never want to put it on auto. Like, yes, it does get you through the first few levels, but it doesn't build up enough rally, so it would end up costing you the run at the end. But I mean, if you're not gonna get the run for the day, you might as well just do it on auto and then just reset it, just to make sure you get your extra rally key or whatever it was. But now at this point, you can get free keys basically. Looking good. I mean, I guess you have to work your way up there, but it's annoying. But they're basically free. But right now I have 5,000, so I shouldn't have to really do much anymore. Oh, man. It's crazy how like this game, it's like so grindy, but it's like once you don't have the grind, then it's not that fun anymore. Looking good. I guess if you had like a stage, like a really hard stage to play at like a level 80, it would definitely be fun to do. But even the boss battles are not that fun because it's just about doing damage and you don't necessarily beat them. So they're not like like you can just leave it on auto battle, and the auto battle will probably do better than you. Well, okay, so it does auto select the top character. So I think what makes this game fun and enjoyable is when you have a battle that you're kind of like on the edge of being able to beat. Like if you put on an auto battle, you would lose. Or if you're like not paying that much attention, you would lose. But if you like strategize a little bit, then you would win. Like those battles are the good ones. Or like if it's like you can win the first wave really easily, but then the next few waves are harder. Okay, so it looks like our team got wiped out. I was not expecting the entire team to get wiped out like this far away from the last stage. So I'm thinking it's because they were kind of the lower tier guys. I haven't really upgraded all their skills that much, so it might have something to do with that. I'm kind of wondering why it picked Silveria instead of K, but I think they're just about the same level. I think I did max both of them out. But I think it should be very different now. Like they should do way better than the previous team did. But yeah, in terms of fun factor in this game, you want a level that has like waves, and like it gets hard, like it's hard for you to pass that last wave, and you kind of have to like, you know, kind of strategize. Okay, am I going to build up rallies? Am I going to build up my max skills and kind of try to save star tiles? I think like that aspect of it is really fun. Or am I going to try to boost up a character like Hotsuma and just kind of keep doing his max to kind of keep getting him, what's it called? I forget what it's called. When you just get stronger. Growth, yeah. Am I just gonna build growth on a character like Hotsuma? Or am I gonna get like a lot of damage tiles with Tyrus? I'm not even sure how you say that. And just have them on the field so that as soon as you get to the next wave, you do like that much damage to the character. And that's kind of what I really appreciate about this game. It's like your character combos actually made a difference. Like every character, I mean, they weren't all like completely unique, but they all had like their own specific way, like specific way of healing, specific way of like stunning, specific way of doing spread damage. And I don't know, I thought that made this game really, really cool. Plus it's a lot of like Sega characters that you know. I actually ended up playing Yakuza 3. So I kind of started playing Yakuza 3 before they released the characters in this game, but when they did release it, I kind of wanted to familiarize myself with Goro and the other guy, the red guy. But the red guy wasn't in Yakuza 3, so pretty much learned about Goro. The other guy, I kind of didn't really get to use him that much, so he's just like whatever. But I mean, in general, it's kind of been fun to, you know, beat from Jet Set Radio. Like I haven't played Jet Set Radio in a long time. I love having him on my team. Sadly, he's a rare, so I kind of had to take him off my team because he just wasn't as good anymore. Or even just playing with Shadow and using Chaos Spear. Like Chaos Spear is like ridiculously good for him. Like Shadow's not even a legendary, and he's doing like ridiculous amounts of damage. Hotsuma, like I've never really played a Shinobi game. Maybe I have, but I don't really remember. But just like Hotsuma being able to take things down with his max attack, and it charges so fast, and it just keeps making him stronger and stronger. Like that was like so cool to be able to do that. Tails, the legendary freaking survival, basically the king of survival. healing and giving shield. Like his shield, for some reason, was never as good as Hotsuma, but the fact that he was able to heal and charge everybody's mechs, and if you had him with Sonic built up Rally pretty quickly. So it was just kind of cool to have that combination. Death Adder. I've had Death Adder from like the beginning, and he's always been like a super good tank. He's not really good. He's not really even like a real tank, but he just has like so much life. He's like a pseudo tank. So like basically he would survive while I would revive everyone else. So like he's always kind of been like that for me. And like I really like, even though he wasn't like a super good damage doer, or like he wasn't really a good, he had like a little bit of synergy with dark teams, but he wasn't really like good at doing anything else. But like I pretty much just kept him the whole time because he just, I don't know, he was just like a reliable, he would always stay alive basically. And then it was a lot of fun to do the events because you like, one of my favorite heroes from the events was Chewie. I should just level him up just to level him up. He was a ridiculously good healer, and having him at like 20 times, I don't even know if it's a boy or girl, but having Chewie at like 20 times, it was like so much fun. Even what's his face? I don't remember this guy's name. The right guy from Yakuza, Akiyama-san. He was, I think he had like taunt, was it? Oh yeah, yeah, he does have taunt, and so his star power would create 4 new star tiles. Instead of exploding, it would create 4 star tiles. So something about that had like really good synergy with the rest of the team. And for some reason, this was the first time I was able to beat the last stage of the event. And then I had just gotten Cage. Like my Cage was like under leveled, but he has a power, I forgot what, like something to do with his star power. I guess the star power would stun. He would become elusive. I don't remember that. Oh no, I think it was his passive. Oh yeah. So basically, whenever he would become elusive, so his star power makes him elusive, and also starting a new wave makes him elusive. So with, I forgot his name, Akiyama-san, he would create 4 star tiles, and then if one of them was yellow, you could use it to become elusive with Cage, and whatever other star tile was on there would become a superstar tile. So if one of those was red, it would start to cycle over. So like that was like such a cool combo, which like I didn't even realize at first. Like I just started using, like my Cage was under level, so I was like, I'll just use Death Adder. But then I was like, wait, let me just try Cage for a second. And then like I started like winning like that last stage. I was like, what? So I kept using Cage, and then I was like, why do I have so many star tiles? This is insane. And then I realized like it was his ability was working with Akiyama, and then it was just like going crazy. So it was just fun to play like the events and like use the new characters. Like I remember Vector, for some reason they changed it up so you would get, instead of getting new characters automatically, you would get them from chests. So it was like a loot box. And Vector just stayed on for so long that everyone had him like, what, like 2 blue star, like during the event. And so he would just be like that much stronger. Like he wasn't even like that good, but he was just like so strong that the multiplier would just make him ridiculous. So he was like really good to have. another one is my boy Welkin. His so he is the only hero able to attack when matching a purple tile. So basically you could build up rally and continue attacking. His star power increased everybody's defense and created 2 rally tiles. So you'd be able to not only continuously attack, but you'd be able to keep building rally with Welkin. And that made him like so good. Like sadly he's only a rare, but I mean if he was better than a rare he would be like out of control. Super good. Who else did I like? What other event? I didn't really like the House of the Dead characters that much. I think Ebi-10 is actually like really strong with his like zombie horde attack, but I just never really got to unlock him to a good enough level. Oh, Charmy the Bee was actually pretty good because he had a heal. Like anytime there's a new event with a new character that has a heal, it's really good to unlock that person, especially if you can use them for following events, because like being able to heal just gets you so far up, and it just made unlocking the new characters much easier. I'm trying to go by sets, so maybe I should just go to the top and just scroll to the bottom. So we get Kuza. Kiryu was really good, but I think it got to the point where Kiryu, like they basically just gave you free Kiryu shards. So it kind of got to the point where it's just like, okay, you're just broken at that point because the game is just giving you stuff. I think people were suspecting that the game was going to end like once that happened, because basically you got like 15 shards like every stage of the event, if not more, and it was enough to get them like pretty high. And I think a lot of people had, like, I had like really bad luck getting him to like getting his shards from the loot box. I kept getting pie for some reason, but other people had him like way better, so it was just like ridiculous. They were calling him like the new Vector. So that, I mean, it was a lot of fun to use Kiryu and Akiyama. I keep forgetting his name. Virtual Fighter event, I mean, there was a legendary and a captain, so it kind of wasn't as cool. Sarah was an interesting character, and I think Sarah is what caused them to do the dodge update. What was it? I think she would heal her max. She would heal? She would gain taunt. It wasn't her max, it was her star power. So it wouldn't actually attack, she would like pretend to attack. Then she would heal for a turn. And then she would gain the taunt. And I don't know, she had like some kind of dodge. And so the idea, I guess people, like by the percentage, when it was the percentage, people were using Sarah and like getting her dodge percentage up, and she had taunt. So apparently like they were able to beat like the last stage even with an under-leveled Sarah, just because of that taunt and the evade at and the dodge at the same time. So that, like, I didn't really use it, but like that sounded really cool that people were able to do that. Pi was cool because like whenever she would take damage, there was a chance that the other characters would attack for free, basically. I guess I got a level lower. And when she would die, they would also, like, the whole team would attack for free. So that was kind of a cool dynamic. What else? I don't know, I think she just basically gave herself growth. Oh yeah, she did. She hit multiple units with her max, I think it was. So I'm just gonna max her off real quick because I think she's pretty worth it. I'll do the promotions another time. But yeah, she was fun. She didn't really like feel like she had that much of a punch to her. Like she didn't feel super strong, but she was actually really good. if you took all of her stuff into account. Silver. I think I unlocked Silver, but I didn't really use them that much. Charmy was good because of the heal. Vector was kind of alright. I think he created like attack tiles, so that was pretty good. Oh, and his star skill is really, really good. It's like he randomly shoots bubbles at the enemies, but once you had like one enemy and all the bubbles hit the same enemy, it did a shit ton of damage. It was insane. Out of all the Choo-Choo Rocket, I think Chewie was my favorite because he had the heal. Chewbacca was interesting because he generated a star tile, and he would get growth if the star tile survived for 3 turns, and if not, he would do something else. So I think that was really good. But it was a little bit tricky to use him. That was the only real thing. Chewbacca was kind of like the tanky one, and Chew-P, I don't know if I really liked her that much, but she had like a taunt and a dodge, so it was kind of cool, but like she wasn't really like an attacker, so having her boosted, I mean, she was a little bit tanky, but I feel like she died a lot faster because she had the taunt hitting her the whole time, so you didn't get to do more damage during the events, and that was kind of like, I think the fun of the events is being able to do ridiculous damage and being able to get further up and being able to unlock whatever the new character was. So it was kind of hard to do that with her because she was more of a defense focused hero. I really like the bear because he kind of dances. I don't remember what he does. I think he was a healer. Oh, he did the stun. Yeah. Like having a stunner is always good, just because it gives you just that little edge to get further. The Shenmue team was like super good. Like having Tom as a healer during the event, having him have a dodge percentage, having him have 2 different ways of healing, that was like a ton of fun. I was about to call him Shenmue. Rio, he had the stun attack, and he had the gachapon. That thing was a lot of fun to use, even though it wasn't like super reliable. Didn't really get to use Shenhua that much. I guess they unlocked her with the legendary event, but I didn't really get to use her that much aside from that. Ren was cool because he had the, oh wow, my battery's on. He had the taunt ability. He gives a taunt to anybody, to a random person, or I guess the person with the most life. And he had the attack where the rest of the team would attack, so that was pretty cool. They would do their element of damage, but I think their damage was based on his level or whatever, his power level. Didn't really get to use Alicia that much, or Silveria, or Largo. I think that was because they changed the way the events worked between Valkyria Chronicles and Shenmue. Then they changed it again, I think, at the end of Choo-Choo Rocket. So that's why a lot of people had Vector, because it was really easy to get him from the loot box. So yeah, Welkin was pretty much my man back in the day. He was easy to get because he was rare instead of an epic. So like after that, everyone became epic, and they became easier to get. So I think everybody, like, there was a lower shard limit to unlock the character, but they were at a lower level, so it actually took more shards to get them to a good level where you can actually use them. When I started the game, I think I started the game, I don't think I got Gus for free, but it was really easy to get him from the levels. So I think I had Gus boosted for a while. He was the only Crazy Taxi one I had for a long time. So I had Gus boosted for the House of the Dead events. and I think Dr. Curian was the first one. I remember investing so much money into Dr. Curian, and he sucked so bad. Not that he sucked, but he was just really low defense and HP, so he died really quickly. And I leveled him up so much, and it just wasn't worth it. Thomas Rogan was like basically free, but he's like a common, so you had to build him up from like from 1 star. And I mean, he was okay, but like he wasn't as good. He didn't have as much punch as everybody else. I think that's the last time they had like a common, a new common hero. Welcome was rare, and then after that, everybody was at least epic. And then epic, legendary, captain. So 3 epics, legendary, 3 epics and a legendary. Oh, I didn't really go over the Altered Beast ones. I mean, Neff was alright. I had him on my team, but I was never able to get him to the level that I had my Rouge. I mean, he eventually surpassed Rouge, but he didn't have as many skill levels as Rouge. So it was really annoying because Rouge was rare, so I wanted to upgrade her to an epic character. I think Rouge was like way better because she was a controller, so she had stun, and then she had the ability to steal MP. So I think that was a lot more useful than Neff turned out to be. But at that point, I couldn't really go back to Rouge. I mean, Rouge was like super good for a lot of the game, but like they nerfed her damage. Like after that, I was just like, oh my god. Like she was still good after that, but like the higher level you got her, like she didn't have as much potential as Neff. And if this game would have gone on for much longer, Neff would have eventually gotten better. But look at that, I didn't even get him to 5 stars because it was just like I never really cared about Neff that much, but he was like the dark type attacker. And honestly, I was thinking of switching to Kiryu because Kiryu's dark. And he's also epic, but it would have taken me so long to build him up. Like I did build him up with the event, but it just would have taken me so long to replace Neff. But I mean, again, if on a long enough timeline, I would have probably replaced Neff with Kiryu. I also really liked Ryo. Like Ryo was a potential replacement for Rouge/Neff because he does have a stun. He just wasn't dark type, and his max is just not a it's based on luck, so it's not super reliable. Let me upgrade him here. So yeah, stun. So I think the forklift would hit all the enemies, but it would stun the enemy that you're targeting. So that was really good. Again, the bear was kind of the stunner. And werewolf was alright. He would create all the damage tiles for 3 turns. Like he was good during the event, but like I didn't really like him that much. Like going against him was annoying, but I didn't really like him that much. Agent G, I never really got to use that much. Same with Evitan. But I remember seeing Agent G a lot in arena battles. Like he's one of those people like Sonic that if you're not careful, he would just do ridiculous amounts of damage. So like I would just target him down first. And for the Crazy Taxi, like Gina and Axel took me so long to unlock because they were kind of really establishing events around this time, so like they didn't really make them lootable for a long time. So I was basically spending my, I think, survival and arena tokens on them, and I was also buying them from the variety shop. So it took me a long time to unlock them. I think by the time I unlocked one of them, they were still usable in the events, but like I wasn't gonna invest money in like raising them up at that point, at the point that I unlocked them. So like BD Joe took me forever to unlock, and the only other person that took me forever to unlock was Sonic. Oh my god. I guess Sonic and Tails, like it was good. by the time I unlocked Sonic, I guess the legendary events were up, so you could just, oh, let me max out Amy real quick. So you could just unlock Tails based on that. And I remember actually paying like $5 or $10 or something to get the last few Sonic shards I needed before the event for Tails ended. I think in total I probably spent like $50 or $60 in this game. And I know like maybe this game wasn't worth the $50 or $60, but I feel like I had enough fun with this game that I was like, you know what, the developers could use my support, so I was just like, alright, let me just give them money. But yeah, it sounds like they did good on money anyway, because people paid whatever they paid to become like the #1. That's just crazy. I feel bad for those people, but at the same time, I don't really feel that bad for them. What else? But yeah, Rouge was one of my mains. I love Rouge so much. I should max her out. I don't know. She was definitely broken for a rare character. She was doing ridiculous amounts of damage. Her stun was really good. Her MP drain was really good. I think her passive gave dodge percentage. Oh, crit. I don't know. I don't remember who else had a crit. But there was someone that worked well with her for crit. I mean, I think that's about it. I didn't really, like, Hotsuma was really fun to use. Death Adder I kind of went over. Hotsuma, I think I went over Hotsuma already. It's just like his max ability. The fact that it charges so fast, and the fact that it just like snowballs out of control. That makes him so good. And on top of that, whenever you matched with him, whenever you created a match with him, he gets like guaranteed dodge the next hit. So that was really good. Especially when he was the weakest one in Arena, everyone would target him. So it's like you get a free dodge every turn. Plus he had a shield, so the shield is really good for survival. Like, I would use Beat to generate a green star tile, and then I would just generate the shield with him. So basically, I would just survive that level and not take any damage. That was, like, Hotsuma was a really good overall character. Like, definitely a worthwhile legendary to get. Definitely worthy of the name legendary. Growth, darkness. Oh, and he had the self-inflicting darkness, so 100% darkness. So when the enemy would reach half HP, he would just inflict darkness on them, so that would do 106% more damage. That would, like, this guy was just insane. On top of the growth, he would do more damage. So 56% growth every time. That's insane. Like, Hotsuma's insane. Like, maxing out a Hotsuma, like, battles just wouldn't last long enough for you to really build this up. He would just get ridiculously good. The only bad thing about Hotsuma is his HP, but he makes up for it in dodge and shield. But the bad thing about it is that he would get targeted down in Arena mode, but in every other mode he wouldn't, so he was ridiculously good. I love Hotsuma. Hotsuma, I didn't even know who Hotsuma was coming into this game, but like, Hotsuma's become one of my favorite characters. And that's kind of what sucks. Like, some of my favorite characters, I have, like, Professor K. By the time I got him, I was already using Hotsuma. So, because Hotsuma was dark. So I didn't really get to use K that much. I do like K as a character. Same thing with BD Joe. Sonic I didn't get to use as much as I wanted to. But Sonic would have been a good member to use. Same thing with Tom, Kiryu, keep calling him Shenmue, Ryo. Beat is another one of my favorites. Rouge is really good. I loved being able to use her. Ren is kind of cool. Akira would have been cool to use a lot more. Knuckles was actually really good, but I think he's rare. And by the time I was replacing my common, I already had. I guess I used Beat because I needed a healer. Then But then once you unlock Shadow, Shadow's just ridiculously good. So might as well stay with Shadow. Choo Choo Rocket wasn't really a character type of game, but I really started liking Chewie after this game. I never really liked, what's his face? This guy. Lassic. Never really got to use him. Kyrian I didn't really like that much. I wish I could have used the virtual fighters more. Let's see, what else? I wish the Super Monkey Balls were better. I think Gongon still had the most HP in the game, but he's a rare, so overall he's not super good. He has taunt though, so that he's a good tank. I think Mimi was probably really good because she has like a heal and she has like the wound ability, so that's pretty good. Agent G looks like a cool person, but I didn't really get to use him. Like Alice is cool. I remember playing Phantasy Star 1. Got so lost in that game, never really beat it. But Alice is a pretty cool character. SBO, whatever. I just didn't have enough time with him. But yeah, I don't know. This game is over. That's pretty much what I have to say about this game. And thanks for watching. Maybe I'll come up with some other video to make, but I think that's about it for this game. I'm sad to see it go. It was really fun. It was a time sink though, but it was like really fun. Yeah, I guess I'll have to use my free time to do something productive. And I think I will try to do that. Now that I'm done with this game, I'll try not to start another new game because these games could take up so much time. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you later. Hopefully that wasn't too long.